Welcome to Be Your Purpose Module 1. So this week's lesson is one of 4 in the Purpose module, and it answers the question, who am I? In order to better understand who we are, we really must recognize where we've come from. And in this week's lesson, we're going to do that through honoring our current story. When we pay attention to where we've come from, the story that we have about ourselves up until now, and we overlay that and interpret it with our human design and our Enneagram, we're able to really get a sense of the themes of who we're meant to be. Why is this important? So in order to craft our future story, the one that is purposeful and authentic to you, the one that will give you the clarity and the direction that you need for your mission here and now, you need to first recognize, appreciate, and learn from who you've been up till now. So your current story is the accumulation of experiences that reflect your journey until the decision point of entering this program. My recommendation for this week's lesson is to block off a 2-hour time period to commit to this exercise and to do it in neutral time. Now, neutral time or neutral flow, if you'll remember from the law of 3, so that triangle in the Enneagram symbol represents the 3 forces of all things in the universe. Neutral time is what neutralizes the conflict between active and passive. So active is putting out energy based on what I already know. So active is teaching, it's creating. In this moment, I am in active flow. Passive is learning from what already exists out there. So it's taking in information. Right now, you're in passive flow. And neutral is neither exerting, putting out, or taking in, learning. Neutral is simply being present in the moment to access that which we're not yet aware of, but we can't attain from what already exists on the 3D plane. So this allows us to connect deeper within while connecting to the truth or something greater than ourselves. Being in neutral is a space in which we're not influenced by the external world or what already exists. So when it comes to purpose, purpose is about remembering and becoming the truth of who you are. This is a constant unveiling, remembering, and aligning process for integrity. And it's a journey. It's this ever-expanding journey of self-awareness. So we don't do our purpose, we become it. Your purpose is this through line of your life. It can manifest as many different forms in different moments throughout your life. And we begin remembering our purpose by capturing the essence of who we are and based on where we've come from and what we've overcome and accomplished and how we've shown grace and made impact for and to others and how we've brought people together in a way that we're proud of. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of this exercise and show you the reference materials that you can use to deepen your reflection process in this week's lesson. So the first step that you're going to do is answer these 5 questions. So the first category or question is about your history. So make note of what's important or sticks out to you or is unique about your upbringing and your background. Then you're going to dive into your achievements. So just consider 3 big achievements in your life, things that you've accomplished, perhaps things that you had to persevere through in order to overcome. Then consider your courage. So when did you have to show up bravely in alignment with your values? So think about, again, 3 instances where you've taken a stand in terms of what mattered and why it mattered to you and how that felt. Then you're going to consider community. So really contemplate who in the past you've been drawn to stand up for. Who are the people that you're most inspired to or excited to work for or to contribute to? And then lastly, contemplate your pivotal life experiences. So you can use 3 points in your life again, but write down the pivotal life experiences or these moments in your life up until now that were significant such that they catalyzed either a shift in perspective or a change in direction, took you on a new life path. So that's the first step, and this should take about an hour of your time. Then what you're going to do is read over everything you've read and extract any sort of themes or patterns that you notice and make note of those, right? So just reflect on it and notice what you notice. And then just want to honor this process up until now. And a really simple and beautiful way to do that is to place one hand on your heart, represent your heart chakra, and using the affirmation, I love, and one hand on, 2 eagles just flew by, and one hand on your solar plexus to represent the I am statement. So I am, I love, I am. And just to take 3 deep breaths, contemplating your current story up until now. And then you're going to take these reflections and overlay them on top of the interpretations of your personality through the lens of the Enneagram and your human design. And there's 3 specific aspects that you're going to look at here. So in the Enneagram profile, so when you refer to the fall, Be Your Purpose Master Resource, look up your Enneagram type. So for example, I'm a type 1, and I'll read my key motivation. So refer to the final column, your key motivations under your Enneagram. Read this and record it, or at least in point form, any key concepts from this. So if I read the number 1 key motivations, it says to strive for personal excellence as moral duty, the desire to be right, to strive higher, improve everything, and be consistent with ideals, to justify, to be beyond criticism, so as not to be condemned by anyone. So if I were to write this in point form for myself, I might note morals, justice, ethics, principled action, idealism, okay? And then you're going to reference your human design profile. So this is the 2 numbers. It looks like a fraction on your human design. So mine is a 3-5, and I'll read this again and pull out pieces to summarize this. So here, people live vicariously through me. I'm a catalyst for change for people. I experiment a lot and will make a lot of mistakes. And the point of that is to gain experiential wisdom, right? And so that's what I would write here, experiential wisdom. I'll make a lot of mistakes, but there's purpose to that. I'm being observed and watched by others. I'm catalyzing others' experience through what I'm learning. And then reference your incarnation cross in your human design. So that's going to be the 3rd tab here. Now there are 192 different incarnation crosses. You're going to find yours. Mine is the right angle cross of explanation with this specific number alignment. And again, write down this whole paragraph or take specific notes that speak to you from this. So if you had my right angle cross of explanation, you would read this, sharing unique insights with the world, ideals, theories, hypotheses that go against what's typically thought as common or right. My insights are meant to shift the trajectory of the collective. That said, people either think I'm a weirdo or my abstract insights, or think I'm a genius. People are more receptive of my insights when they're recognized or asked for. You're not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm just here to share my unique wisdom. So I'll add those pieces here. And then I'm going to take this top box and what I've written in terms of my reflections, the patterns and themes I've drawn from my current story by answering those first 5 questions. And then I'm going to look at the key motivators, my human design profile, and my incarnation cross. And from these 4 pieces, what can I ascertain, right? What insights come to me through this in terms of what is very illuminating or interesting? And write that down. So that's the completion of lesson 1, is to really contemplate your current story and how it's interpreted through the lens of the Enneagram and human design. And then the invitation for this week for community interaction and integration of your current story is to share one element of your current story in the group community chat and ask a question to another student about their current story. Right? Remember that our impact here, the way that we serve through our purpose, will always be part of community. So share an element of your current story and be curious about others' current story.